So let's set the scene just a little bit, right? We're about to start like the actual like live stream for Goddess of Victory Nikke's summer celebration, right? And it is going to be epic. It's fun, yada yada yada. And then just before that, I think it was like 2 hours before the live stream goes live, they decided to just go ahead and drop a dev notes, right? And I believe normally it's like a day before they actually do any type of live stream or anything like that. So at the time, it was a little bit confusing to see that they dropped this, but there's a lot of really good stuff in this. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff. And today we kind of want to go over it with you, just to kind of talk about what good things are coming to Goddess of Victory and Nikke. But of course, before we get into that, like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And don't forget to check out, obviously, the best damn energy drink on the planet, Gamer Subs. Use code TYSTRA for 10% off. Guys, if you're watching this video later today, the carbonated canned versions of Gamer Subs are going live at gamersubs.gg. You can click the link down below and you'll be able to get yourself some 1000% fantastic Gamer Subs in the can. Make sure you use code TYSTRA for 10% off. I'm just saying. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in to the dev notes. We're going to kind of like skip over, obviously, the little minor introduction here. In the process of developing and running the game, there were some particular unforgettable highlights for me, among them the days when the Overzone and Red Ash events were unveiled and the thrilling moments of monitoring your reactions were some of the most exciting times of my life. This June, I once again experienced it with some memorable moments in life, an MLB game with Shifty and Nikke's on the scoreboard, and the Stellar Blade collaboration that finally came into life after months of passion and hard work. I do gotta say that the Stellar Blade collaboration was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I love the fact that there was in my opinion, there was a lot to do. It really kept the pace of everything going well. I do think that they could have did a little bit of improvements in regards to the mini game. It felt like sometimes it was a little bit more difficult moving around. It just felt like dashes, obviously, which I wish they would fix that because I don't want to have to just dash forward by pressing the W key so many times. Should just be a fluid walk motion. But I digress. This isn't that type of video today. However, the Stellar Blade collab was fantastic. Seeing your love for this content and the different feedback in the community, I felt utterly relieved. I wish to take the chances to express my sincerest gratitude. As many of you have hoped for, the Stellar Blade collaboration event will be added as a permanent inclusion to the archives in the future so that even commanders who were not able to play the game at the first time can experience it, which I think is a W. I do think that overall the collab was a lot of fun, so it's really nice to see that, anybody later on will be able to actually be a part of that whole experience in its own right? Excuse me, I had to get some water really quick. Of course, not all feedback during the collaboration was positive. Due to the skill issues, Solo Raid was postponed twice, which was true. I did see and have to experience it myself that the Solo Raid was actually delayed twice. I got so mad about this. I was like, bro, I'm getting through the event itself. Can you stop pausing it and let me just get through it? And of course, like, there wasn't really anything that we could do about it, to be honest. I feel really bad, but at the same time, it sucks as a player to have to deal with that so many times. Like, once I can understand, but twice during the same event is a little bit annoying. What makes Nikke's battle system unique is its integration of both 2D and 3D elements, though this can sometimes cause unexpected problems during development. As we're going to the next page, completely eliminating bugs is extremely difficult from a particular standpoint, but we will strengthen our overall QA system to minimize these issues as much as possible, and will continue to prepare content with more caution and dedication. So it's basically their way of saying they're going to keep on trying to fix it as time goes on. I will say this. I do think that that's the case. Like, not every single bug can be fixed within one patch. I totally understand that. However, I do think that if you're patching it one time, it's fine. But if you're patching it twice during an event when it just got launched, I think there's a serious issue with Solo Raid. And I know that a lot of people might not disagree with me, or that might disagree with me on this. But I do think that pausing Solo Raid until we could get all the bugs fixed would probably be a beneficial idea. As much as I would love the rewards and everything like that, I think it might be better to pause it. However, with the recent announcement of 4 new characters getting their favorite items, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So let's go ahead and continue on. In August, we will be launching the Solo Raid Hall of Fame, formerly named Museum. The Museum is an archive gameplay where players can re-experience battles against past Solo Raid bosses. Past Solo Raid stages are expected to be gradually added to the museum with these two gameplay modes. Challenge mode. The mode recreates the challenge mode of past Solo Raid seasons, allowing you to challenge the record of any player from the season. By completing this mode, you will earn replicas of avatar frames from past Solo Raid sessions. I think that's cool because I would very much like to go and get some of the frames that I didn't get before. So this is actually a plus. I do think that a lot of people would benefit from this, especially new players wanting those extra cosmetics. It's a little bit tougher, obviously, to get avatar frames. So to me, I think that this is an absolute win for all players. And then as we dive in, we have the no limit mode. This mode is unlocked once you break the record of the top one player from the original season's challenge mode. The stage level will progress according to the damage dealt. Your total stage level across 5 battles will be recorded in the ARC leaderboard, where you can get a small reward, and we hope this becomes a fun daily activity for commanders who enjoy boss battles. I do apologize because, again, I record late at night when it's about close to my bedtime, so that's why I yawn. So I do apologize to everybody out there. I hope you understand. I work very late at night. I'm still technically on the clock too, so I want you guys to know that I'm working while I'm working. I'm doing multitasking, bro. It's how we win these things. It's how we do. Based on the roadmap we shared earlier this year, campaign chapters 39 and 40 were originally scheduled to be released in July, but the update has been rescheduled to early August due to the preparations of the Stellar Blade collab. We will also finalize the update schedule for the service content and inform you as soon as possible, which means that most likely at the tail end of the summer event is when we're going to get the preview for chapters 39 and 40. And it's going to come with some really good stuff. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit as well. I'm actually very excited for this, especially for newer players that are having a hard time actually catching up to everything. So we'll get to that in just a moment. Other than that, we are continuously monitoring your feedback regarding the Coordinated Operation 2.0 that was launched in June. Now, I will say this. The amount of times I've been able to do better in challenge mode has been great. The problem is, and I'm still seeing this, and you can't really fix this, right? There are people who are blatantly going into the challenge mode and still throwing the game for other players. And that's what's sad, because it's like, bro, there are people who actually want to do as much damage as possible to get more top tier rewards. It's very apparent when people go in there and they deliberately hit like the wrong circle. It's like, guys, come on, don't be children. Like, just go play the regular mode. If you don't want to go for anything else, you just want the regular rewards, because at this point, it gets annoying. Aside from simple surveys and community monitoring, we are constantly collecting feedback on areas of improvement through various channels and working on enhancements based on the input. We will keep reflecting and refining our approach to make Nikke's content operations more meaningful. Starting in July, we will be introducing some convenience features related to anomaly interception. We understand that until now, players have found it unclear which bosses to target in anomaly interceptions, and we notice that many of you only fight certain bosses. It's true. I really just focus on the same boss every single time just to clear my dailies, because I know I have a hard time like even getting close to beating it. I get to like 5 bars of health, and then it's a tank, man. Honestly, I'm a casual gacha player, so it's hard for me to like do the harder content, I guess. You could say I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. I'm only here for the boobs and booty. You know, whatever. We are blah 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 blah. In the future, we plan to introduce a convenient feature that allows you to view the ownership status of manufacturer equipment that can be obtained through anomaly interception. What does that mean? If the possible rewards of the stage include manufacturing equipment that you don't own yet, the reward will be highlighted to help you easily identify which boss stage to play. Oh, excuse me. To obtain it. So basically, you have a way of finding out which one to go for first. This feature isn't just for displaying information. It's an important over the previous. It's an improvement over the previous structure where players had to explore equipment progression paths on their own. The goal is to provide clearer options and a stronger sense of direction, and we want to remove the need to think about which boss to choose, making it easier to complete daily missions. As for August, no notable convenience feature update has been planned. Since June, the large-scale collaboration project has taken up a significant amount of the developers' time and focus. So we hope you'll view the pause of convenient features updates this August, along with the release of chapters 39 and 40 and the new museum gameplay, as a brief moment to rest for your team, or for the team. So I think that's honestly fair. Like, the Stellar Blade collaboration was a big project for them. I think it was honestly the more ambitious collab that they've had. I mean, it makes sense because it's another one of their games. So I would hope that they make that one the better of the collabs. So big shout out to them for making that. And I do think they need a little bit of a rest. Give us a little bit of downtime. And then that way in August, it looks like we're going to have a lot, especially with Museum coming in early August as well. So that is confirmed. And then, of course, chapters 39 and 40, which are going to be sick. I can't wait for that. But don't worry, we will resume with system improvements aimed for making your gameplay experience more convenient in September. Makes sense. With a more organized development rhythm than before, we plan to more clearly define the priorities between the content we want to fix now and the content we want to change in the future and implement them accordingly. While you enjoyed the gameplay-focused experience in August, we will quietly and diligently prepare for what's to come. I like that. Good stuff, good stuff. Now, of course, we get auto-battling Tribe Tower. Thank you. A new auto challenge feature for Tribe Tower will be introduced, and when this feature is enabled, you will automatically move on to the next stage after clearing one, without any actions needed. We hope this feature can reduce the fatigue caused by repetitive actions and create a smoother progression throughout stages as you grow. We're also getting simulation room improvements as well, which is fantastic. It seems like every facet of Goddess of Victory Nikke in this developer notes is getting a big boost, which I really, really love, right? We plan to see the requirements of achieving buff chain levels in Simulation Room as shown below, with the level 2, 3 buffs of the same chain. All you need now is 2. With level 3, 3 plus 3 buffs of the same chain, you only need 3 buffs of the same chain. Instead of 6 at level 4, you need 4, and instead of 8, you need 6. So, overall, cool. I dig that. You know, makes it a little bit better for us. And then hopefully the improvements will help you achieve high buff chain levels more easily, allowing better performance in Simulation Room and Overclock. At the same time, the combat power UI and buff status UI will also be improved to help you understand in-stage information more intuitively. Nikke level up synchro device convenience features is also happening. So this is I want to be clear because I've read this already, and this stuff is stuff that the Chinese version of the game already got. So it's really funny that once we make a mistake about it, stuff comes over. I'm just saying, y'all, if you're vocal about what ails you in a game, you will see change. And I want to bring this up because at least the Nikke devs will listen. And what I'm saying is, for other games where you just swallow your pride and you don't want to say anything bad about the game, aka GI, you could probably guess what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that you don't have to love your game and slob on its knob to just, you know, be happy. You could say, hey, I love this game, but I do think that this is an issue. And this is a very, very good, you know, example of that. We made an issue out of the fact that China was getting more stuff out of the game. That's why we got a bunch of the costumes. We're getting the freaking Privity costume. And now we're getting to this. There are also many improvements in store for the synchro device. The details are as follows. Increase the basic synchro device slots from 5 to 25. Removal of the cooldown period when a Nikke is removed from the slot. New automatic Nikke placement feature. Availability to batch upgrade when lower than level 200. Automatic use of the consumable items when materials for synchro level up are insufficient. And free Nikke level reset. So, very cool on that. The fact that we get the removal of the cooldown period is fantastic because I don't want to wait 4 hours to place a new Nikke. So kudos. I like that. Very, very good additions to obviously the synchro. So weapon tutorial improvements. The weapon information pop-up on the Nikke details page will be updated to include descriptions of various weapon types and introductory videos. This feature will help players gain a more detailed understanding of the Nikke's traits when obtaining a new one or viewing an existing one. Rather than allowing simple stat comparisons, it aims to improve understanding of the Nikke's combat style. So, kudos. I like that too. Here's another one which I was actually very, very surprised by. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Or I think this might have been one of the, yeah, this was one of the new things from the Chinese version that we're getting as well. So, Type Mold, a new kind of mold that can be obtained from the Tried Tower, will be released. Type Mold guarantees a recruitment of SSR Nikkes, and we plan to distribute it as an additional reward while retaining the current Tribe Tower rewards. As Nikke has been running for quite some time now, we are currently discussing how to distribute rewards for cleared Tribe Tower stages, and have yet to reach a conclusion. However, the overall reward amount will be increased, and we will ensure there are no shortages. We ask for your patience regarding this optimization, which is fine. The fact that they're even talking about it is a plus. And I think that a lot of people will probably be mad that it just hasn't been implemented yet. But you got to remember, our version of Nikke is a lot more advanced than the Chinese version of Nikke. And I think a lot of people forget that because they saw the Chinese version get all these rewards. But you got to remember, we're way ahead of them, and they're trying to sync it up a little bit. So this is a great way for them to kind of say, hey, we're working on it for you guys as well. We're working on you guys getting this mold. But until then, you know, just give us a little bit of time. We're down to the final 2 pages, so let's go ahead and dive into a couple of other features that they're talking about. Consumable lock feature. This feature allows you to lock individual consumable items and prevents accidental use. Mark your favorite Nikkes in the list so you can pin your selected Nikkes, which is fantastic. New story difficulty in campaign. So if you don't know, story difficulty is a thing that was in Stellar Blade, where the enemies are really, really easy to beat, and you're just there to play the story. Well, now it's coming to Nikke. This is a difficult option designed, or difficulty is, I think that's what they meant to say, is a difficulty option. Designed for players who want to enjoy the story for a more relaxed battle environment, which means that you, yes, you, Timmy, who couldn't get past chapter 25, you'll be able to do that and more on the story difficulty. Story order guide. We are making a feature to guide players along a recommended direction to experience the various branches of the main Nikke story, such as side stories and event stories. That's going to be cool. You can kind of see canonically how everything goes. Limit break and core enhancement batch feature. This feature will simplify limit break and core enhancement by reducing repetitive actions and allowing batch application. Okay, like that as well. And a Nikke expression list. An individual UI will be added to the Nikke details menu, allowing players to view the different expressions of the characters. I like that because I have always wondered, like, what are all the expressions for the characters, especially when the stories you don't look those over anymore. So I think that's cool. I think it's a wonderful addition to the game itself. So, but let's go ahead and dive into the final page of this developer's notes, right? Various feature improvements and quality enhancements are underway. I'll keep sharing updates through future developer notes. Commanders, we are always listening to you. Even the smallest features are handled with care to make every moment of the gameplay convenient and enjoyable. In the coming days, we will continue to do our best in both operations and development so that Goddess of Victory Nikke remains a game you can love for a long time. As the summer grows hotter this July, a seasonal event for you is about to begin. We are preparing a special summer event that unfolds aboard a luxurious cruise ship, Utopia, filled with unexpected events and hidden secrets. Now, for those who don't know, this is being recorded after the live stream, and my God, that summer event's going to be insane. We're going to be talking about it in a separate video, but all I got to say is, man, this is going to be, in my opinion, the best summer event Goddess of Victory Nikke has produced by a country mile. This is insane with all the stuff that they're doing for this one, at least in regards to how the Nikkes look, because my God, I am a gooner and I do not care, baby. I'm losing it, Scoobs, but let's go ahead and continue. And just a heads up, separate from the summer event rerun recruitments, special rerun recruitments for limited characters introduced a long time ago, namely Anne Miracle Fairy, Rupee Winter Shopper, Mary Bay Goddess, Neon Blue Ocean, Anise Sparkling Summer, and Helm Aquamarine are coming this September, which means that we know that before the winter event happens, we're going to get all the reruns for all the limited characters. Now, here's my take on this, and I want to be extremely clear. I don't know why we need to make these characters limited, to be honest. Like, if you look at all these characters, I think really the best one out of them that's still used in today's like meta a little bit is the Anise Sparkling Summer. I don't think anybody is using Anne. I don't think anybody is using the Rupee one. Mary is just really, really hot, and the uh, the the advise events that she has, some of the best. I'm just saying. Neon Blue Ocean's Eye, and then Helm Aquamarine is really, really hot. But honestly, when it comes to hotness and usability, I think the Anise Sparkling Summer is the best one out of all of them. And to be honest, she doesn't really like, unless in some cases, like maybe, PvP, she's not beating out a Pilgrim unit. So I think that honestly, you could just put all of these into the standard pool, and I think everybody would be okay with it. I don't think anybody would be upset about it at all. So that's just my take on that. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. And then, may you find joy this summer amidst refreshing laughter, a charming Nikke summer story, and exciting rerun recruitments. So yeah, guys, overall, this Dev Notes was really, really good. And I can honestly say, like, we saw the joking little thing about Mr. Pokey on the side. Devs, listen, boys. Listen, I'm just saying the devs listened. That's exactly Mr. Pokey. But it's true. I do think that, after the whole debacle of finding out that everybody saw what was going on with the CEO of Shift Up and, all this other stuff with the Chinese version, I think that they realized, like, hey, we have a very dedicated fan base outside of, like, China, and we kind of should give them a little bit of, love. And I will say they do give us a lot of love in general, but I think after that situation, they might have realized just how bad this could have actually been. Goddess of Victory Nikke is still doing very good. It's still up there in the top as one of the best gacha games right now. And I will say this, if you're not playing Goddess of Victory Nikke, this is going to be the best time to do so. The summer event's going to be really, really good. And, all this stuff that's coming is going to make the gameplay easier for you. It's going to make it a lot better. So, and I think that Goddess of Victory Nikke respects your time a little bit, because they don't make you stay on for hours on end unless you're literally just staring at boobs. In which case, I don't blame you. But at any rate, that's going to be it for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out Gamer Subs. Use code TYSON for 10% off. And like I said, y'all, let me know in the comments what you are most excited for in this next update. But that's going to be it. Love you guys to death. And as always, we will catch you in that next video. Please take care and be safe.